Welcome back to Get Ready with Juanita. If you would like to know how I got this look, please keep watching. I'm back and I'm going to be doing my order a little bit differently today, like I said in the beginning. So what I've done so far is I've done my eyebrows, in which I might still need to touch up a little bit, but I've got them mostly sort of laid out. And then I've also got my primer on my eyes, which I just use my concealer. I laid down some concealer. And this here is Sephora tape. And you can actually buy this at Sephora. And it comes in a strip like this. And you cut it into strips and you lay them down. Some people just use regular tape, but I've got these. And this is just going to help you sort of help you form your eyeshadow look. And today, this is where I'm going to start. So I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow first, and then I'm going to go in with the rest of my products. So I'm going to be using the Love Language palette by Morgan Turner in collab with Oden's Eye. And this is the color story, in which if you guys might have seen my previous video, so this will be my third look with this book or this palette. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is just go in with this shade, and this shade here Morgan had created just to lay down a powdery base over if you're using an eyeshadow primer or anything like this. And this is just going to help blend the eyeshadows. So you're just going to blend this. It's pretty much a neutral color, almost translucent. It don't have much pigment. It's more or less just to lay down and help blend your eyeshadows. So the first color I'm going to be using is this gorgeous shade down here. And I'm going to be laying that one first, and I'll just wipe off my brush. I'm going to take this shade, and usually I'll have one eye done, but today I'll be doing both. So I'm just going to go in with this shade for my transition shade. And I've used a technique like this before. Now, I'm not used to the Sephora tape, so this is going to be a bit of a learning curve for me as well, just, for everyone else. So I hope it works as well as Scotch tape, because I have used Scotch tape before and it actually worked. I was so surprised. And so if that's all you have, you can use just a little bit of tape. It could be a bit harsh though, and you might, so that's really your call. But I prefer to try to get a tape. Like Elf used to have a eyeshadow tape available, and this is just going to be easier on your skin and hopefully not pull out any hair or anything like that. So I'm just going to use this and it's going to help me create a more snatched look. And especially if you're planning a fun night out, it's actually really awesome to do your makeup like this. And I'm just having a bit of fun today. Today, again, I don't have much on the go. So, and that's okay with me, because then I can just have a bit of fun and play with my makeup. So I'm just going to go in with that first and do a nice little blend, and I like that. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter glue. So I just thought today could be just a bit of fun, and I'll just come around the corner a little tiny bit. This is sort of nice to do both of my eyes at the same time. Sort of how I'm used to doing it anyway. But I'll be honest, like doing my eyes one at a time, that's sort of fun too, because like I can sort of have a creative moment on my own. I usually think a little bit, differently when I'm sort of focused. That is gorgeous. I'm really liking this look. So the next shade I'm going to use is this beautiful glimmer down here. And I'm just going to use my finger. And let's see what this baby looks like. Oh, that is beautiful. What a beautiful shade. Now, this one is the date there of when her and her husband got married, but I don't have my glasses on and I can't see it. But it's really sweet that Morgan used her husband as a muse in creating her love language palette. And no matter who your muse is, I think that's awesome. Love is love, and love is a wonderful thing. My goodness, this is a beautiful shade. What a gorgeous eyeshadow. Wow. So I have to look at it just to let you know what it's called. 8/29. So that was her anniversary date. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy here and I'm going to go back into that deep purple and I'm going to sharpen this out now. And I'll work on the bottom lash line after I get the other makeup laid down. This is also a good method to do your makeup, like doing your eyes first before doing your eyeshadow, because then if you have any fallout from your glimmer or from any of the mattes, it's just, you're going to be able to clean it up before you go in with your base products. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to use just so I can see it a little bit better. Oh, that's way better. Oh, I like that. That's really nice. Okay, so I just want to make sure everything looks good. Just going to go in with that beautiful initial color again and just make sure I've got that blended out nicely and that pigment is still there, because that color is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, beautiful. I'm just going to use a blender brush just to soften those edges. And I'll fix that all up once I get my under eyes done. And I'm just going to use that little blender brush with a little bit more depth here. I'm just going to look in here to do this as well, just because the light is a little bit harsh for me to see, the camera light. So I'm just going to deepen up just out around here, just a little bit more. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll use that at the end, but I'm liking that so far. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually remove the tape now. Bam. Bam. And you can now see how beautiful that came out. So this is another type of method to use than what I've been using. For funsie today too, I'm going to use, I don't know if you guys know this, but um, if you can go into your Sephora and because you want to try on your foundation and especially the shade to make sure you got the right shade before buying. So I got a sample of the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. I was really curious about this and I wanted to try it. So I went and got a sample of it and it's been sitting in my drawer. And so I thought, well, why not? If I'm just having fun with my makeup today, give it a go today. So I'm going to give this a go. Ooh, it's a little bit leaky too. This one leaked out a little bit. So they give you enough just to sort of give yourself a couple of tries, like just to see, so you don't just use it the one time. They'll give you enough to so that you try it a couple of times and see, how it reacts with different products or, because sometimes a foundation just might not work with a particular foundation or a primer. So that, they give you enough just to try it out a couple of times at least. Or maybe for me anyway, I just don't use that much foundation. Maybe some others do. So the thing here, though, is you just want to be careful of going up around your eyes. That's all. So I might just use a little bit more. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to use a little bit more. And I think that I might just use a smaller brush to get around the eyes. Just so I don't mess up what I've got laid down. And I mean, the shade that I picked is a really good shade. I like the coverage on this. Okay, just gonna go in with this brush here just so I don't muck up my eyes too bad. So you're just gonna sort of paint around everything. Wow. So I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. And I got to be careful again because where I got some of this makeup done. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. And then I'm going to go in just with a tad bit of my Natasha Denona concealer. Boop. And it's just going to be just a tad bit because I'm really impressed by this foundation. Wow. And the color matches great for me. Huh. And that's the whole point, is that you're not wasting money by trying shades that won't work for you, and then or buying a foundation that you don't really like the consistency and how it's working. Like this, I'm really impressed. I've tried the other kinds of the other kind of foundation from Dior as well. Not the Backstage, but I think it's the Glow. And I think I like this one better. Wow. Yeah, it's a really nice full coverage foundation. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set things with my powder just in in those areas. And let me see. I'm going to use some of my Givenchy. And I think what I'm going to do too, because like even with my Sephora orders so far, I got them done in a couple of different orders. So I might wait until I receive everything before I do the unboxing. But we'll see. We'll see. I might do it as they come in. Wow. That is just beautiful. Okay. All right. And that's all I really need to do because this is matte and it's set pretty good. I mean, I'm going to do my finishing powder at the end as well. So the next thing I want to do is just go in with my bronzer. So I'm going to use my Rare Beauty bronzer in the shade Happy Soul, and I'll just paint some on my brush and then come on in. Really nice to add a bit of color and framing to my face. Like it just, even doing that sort of brings, you know, your look together a lot more just by adding a bit of color there. That's wonderful. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll use a Patrick Ta eyeshadow, and I'm going to use She's That Girl. And I'll go in with my cream product first. Really nice. Okay, so I've got that done. And the next step I'm going to do is go into my e.l.f. palette. I'm going to start with some of my powders. So the e.l.f. palette is for my contouring and that. And I'm going to use the lightest shade once I find my brush. There it is. There's one. So here's my brush, and I'm going to use that light shade, and I'm just going to do my brow bone just above here. And then I'll just lighten it just back to where I want it. And then I'll use down my nose, across there, and then I'm going to use the bronzer, and I'm going to do my nose. I might have to touch up my eyebrows a little bit more, but I'll do that in a bit. And then I'll do my little Y shape and then across the bridge. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to go in with a powdered bronzer, and I'll use my House Labs bronzer. I'll just spread some of this out. Just to set my cream. Lovely. And then I'm going to go in with my blush from the Patrick Ta. So we'll do a little bit of blending here, but like when I use my setting powder, the setting powder will also blend these edges. that's how I usually sort of make the look come together. This is fun. Oh, I'm all glammed up. Alrighty, this is fun. Okay, so now that I got that done, I'm going to finish off my eye look. So let's go back into my eyeshadow palette. And I think that I'm going to start off with this plummy shade here. It's so beautiful. I'm going to use a pencil brush from Rephr, an 03. And I'm just going to use that right here. I'm just going to start to blend that out. So I'm just going to go across my lash line. I'm going to connect it to the wing. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, let me see. I'm going to take a small Rephr brush. This one is the 13. And I'm going to go in with this color here. And I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm going to just wipe that on. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of blending over here just to soften this up. Lovely. And then I'm going to use the flat brush here. I'm just going to go back. I think I'm going to use this shade here. This is a beautiful shade here. And I'm going to use that for my inner corner. And I'm going to bring it down and around. And oh, look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Because that has lightened up my inner corner just beautifully. Wow. What a shade. I gotta tell you guys, this palette is just gorgeous. It is beautiful. And this would be for quite the date night. My husband would have to bring me somewhere pretty nice. Maybe New Year's Eve. Or Christmas. Our Christmas. We usually don't go out New Year's Eve, but to his Christmas party, his work Christmas party. It's usually a nice time to get dressed up. That is beautiful. I really love that. And so I've got that done. And the last thing I'm going to do with my powder product is I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. And I'm going to set everywhere now. And this, for me, is one of my holy grail. Oh, excuse me. This is one of my holy grail products. Like for people with dry skin or more mature skin, oh, this is such a beautiful product. I mean, you can be young too, it don't matter, but it's just like, I don't have oily skin. Like, I mean, I could put on my makeup and probably not even spray it, and it would be good all night long. But this just gives some luminosity back to the skin, and I like that sort of where I had that matte foundation on. I am loving that matte foundation. That is gorgeous. I love my eyeshadow look. That looks so good. So the next thing that I would normally do is go in with my spray. And my holy grail spray is my Charlotte Tilbury spray. And especially for a night like this, if you're getting yourself all dolled up, have a good setting spray. So Charlotte Tilbury has an excellent setting spray. I mean, that's been out for a while, and it's a holy grail for a lot of people who love makeup. But another great one too is the All Nighter by Urban Decay, I believe. But I've never tried it, so I can't recommend it personally. But I just heard that that is also another good one. If you guys know of any other, please share. I don't mind. I love hearing about other products as well. So I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to get my mascara done, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize. I'm back and I have my mascara on. I did a few coats of the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize. And then I'm going to use the Lip Cheat by Charlotte Tilbury in Pink Venus. And when I'm doing a look like this, because I did my eyes very dramatic, sometimes I would put on a set of lashes as well. Oh, a full set would look just gorgeous, or a 3/4 set. With this look, it would really make this a standout look. Okay, beautiful. Just to make sure I got my lips done well. And then I'm going to go in with a Pat McGrath lipstick, and I believe this is in Nude Venus. Yes, Nude Venus. So I'll just add some of this. Yeah, I really like this look. Well, I had a lot of fun doing my makeup today. I really enjoyed playing with the Love Language palette by Morgan Turner. Um, I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and including using the Sephora tape. So this is still a good time to get it because it would be 30% off during the Sephora savings event. And I've had mine for a little while, and it lasts for a while because you may not use it every day like I don't. I just use it every once in a while just to have some fun. Anyway, guys, if you guys don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and that way you're notified of any future uploads. As well, if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. I would love to hear your opinion. Anyway, guys, I gotta say I'm feeling good, and I hope you guys all have a good day too. Bye.